The Summer That Changed Me. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Shadowing Stories. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Are you ready to improve your English speaking in a fun and natural way? Today, we're going to practice the shadowing technique with an inspiring story. What is shadowing? It's simple but powerful. You listen to me speak, then you repeat the words immediately after me. Try to copy my voice, my speed, and my emotion. You become like my shadow. This method will help you speak more clearly, improve your pronunciation, and build your confidence when speaking English. Our story today is called The Summer That Changed Me. It's about a young woman named Emma who thought life would always be easy. But sometimes, life has different plans for us. Are you ready? Well, let's begin this journey together. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more shadowing practice. My name is Emma Wilson. I am 22 years old. I live in San Francisco with my parents. My life has always been comfortable. Very comfortable. My mother is a successful lawyer. My father owns 3 restaurants in the city. We live in a beautiful house with a view of the bay. I drive a red BMW. I wear designer clothes. I have everything I want. I study art at a private college, but I don't study much. Why should I work hard? My parents pay for everything. My future is secure. After graduation, I will work in my father's business. I will make good money without effort. My friends and I spend our days shopping and going to expensive cafes. We post photos on social media. We travel to nice places. We never think about money because we don't need to. Emma, you should think about your future, my mother sometimes says. But I just laugh. Mom, I have everything planned. Dad's business is successful. I don't need to worry. My father shakes his head. Emma, you don't understand how hard it is to build something from nothing. But I don't listen. Why should I understand? I will never need to build anything. Everything is already built for me. One morning in June, my father called me to his office. He looked serious, more serious than usual. Emma, sit down. We need to talk. I sat in the leather chair across from his desk. What's wrong, Dad? He took a deep breath. This summer, you're going to do something different. Different like what? Travel to Europe again? No, he said firmly. You're going to work. I laughed. Work? Dad, I don't need to work. I'm still in college. That's exactly why you need to work, he replied. You need to understand what work really means. I was confused. But Dad, I'll work in your restaurants after graduation. You promised. He nodded. Yes, you will, but first, you need to earn it. This summer, you will work at my first restaurant, the small one downtown. You will start at the bottom, just like I did 30 years ago. My mouth fell open. The bottom? What does that mean? It means you will wash dishes. You will clean tables. You will serve customers. You will work 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Dad, this is crazy. I don't know how to do those things. Then you will learn, he said. And Emma, you will receive minimum wage. No special treatment because you're my daughter. I stared at him. Minimum wage? But Dad, I spend more than minimum wage on lunch every day. Not anymore, he said. You will live on what you earn. You will learn the value of money. I felt panic rising in my chest. What about my car? My credit cards? Your car will stay in the garage. Your credit cards are canceled. If you want something, you will buy it with money you earn. I couldn't speak. This couldn't be happening. My comfortable life was disappearing in front of my eyes. Dad, Please, I promise I'll be more responsible. I'll study harder. Just don't make me do this. But his mind was made up. Emma, I love you. That's why I'm doing this. One day you'll understand. The next Monday morning, I woke up at 5:30 a.m. I had never woken up that early in my life. My father drove me to the restaurant. It was small and old, nothing like the fancy restaurants he owned now. This is where I started, he said. 30 years ago, I washed dishes here for 12 hours a day. The owner gave me a chance when no one else would. Inside, I met Carlos, the manager. He was a kind man with tired eyes. So, you're the boss's daughter, he said. Here, you're just Emma. You work like everyone else. He handed me an apron and led me to the kitchen. You'll start with dishes, he said, pointing to a huge pile of dirty plates and pots. I stared at the mountain of dirty dishes. My hands had never touched anything dirtier than my iPhone screen. What do I do? Maria, an older woman working nearby, smiled at me. It's simple, honey. Wash, rinse, dry, stack. But work fast. The lunch rush is coming. I put on rubber gloves and started washing. The water was hot. The dishes were greasy. My back started hurting after 30 minutes. I had been standing for 30 minutes and I was already tired. Faster. Emma, Carlos called. The servers need clean plates. I tried to work faster, but I dropped a plate. It crashed on the floor and broke into pieces. Everyone looked at me. I felt my face turn red. It's okay, Maria said gently. Everyone breaks dishes at first. Just clean it up and keep going. By lunchtime, I was exhausted. My feet hurt. My hands were red and wrinkled from the hot water. I had never felt so tired in my life. Lunch break, Carlos announced. 15 minutes. 15 minutes? At home, I spent hours eating lunch. I sat in the small break room with the other workers. They shared homemade sandwiches and talked about their families. Where are you from, Emma? Asked Miguel, one of the cooks. I live here in the city, I said quietly. First job? He asked kindly. I nodded, embarrassed. It gets easier, he smiled. We all started somewhere. The afternoon was even harder than the morning. More dishes came in waves. My shoulders ached. My legs felt like concrete. I wanted to quit and go home, but I couldn't. My father would be disappointed. At 6 p.m., my shift finally ended. I had worked for 10 hours with only 2 short breaks. I felt like I had been hit by a truck. Carlos counted out my pay for the day. $48, he said, handing me the cash. $48. I used to spend that much on a single cup of coffee at the fancy cafe near my college. Now it represented 10 hours of hard work. When my father picked me up, I could barely walk to the car. How was your first day? He asked. Terrible, I said honestly. My whole body hurts. I'm exhausted, and I only made $48. He nodded. Now you know how most people feel every day. That night, I fell asleep at 8 p.m. I was too tired to check my phone or watch TV. I just collapsed on my bed and slept. The next day was just as hard. And the day after that. Every morning I wanted to quit. Every evening I counted my small pile of money and felt frustrated. But slowly, something began to change. After a week, I could wash dishes faster. After 2 weeks, my body stopped hurting so much. After 3 weeks, I started talking to my coworkers. I learned that Maria had 3 children. She worked 2 jobs to pay for their school. Miguel sent half his salary to his parents in Mexico. Carlos was studying English at night because he wanted to become a manager at a bigger restaurant. These people worked harder than anyone I knew, but they had so little. They never complained. They helped each other. They shared their food. They laughed together, even when they were tired. One day, a customer was rude to our server, Jennifer. He shouted at her because his food was cold. Jennifer came to the kitchen in tears. "He called me stupid," she said. "He said I don't deserve to work here." I felt angry. Jennifer was one of the kindest people I had ever met. She worked hard and always smiled at customers, even when they were difficult. Without thinking, I walked out to the customer's table. "Excuse me, sir?" I said politely. He looked at me with disgust. "Who are you?" "I work here," I said. "I want you to know that Jennifer is an excellent server. She has 3 jobs and takes care of her elderly mother. She works harder than most people ever will." His face changed. He looked embarrassed. I was just upset about the food." "Then complain about the food," I said. "Don't insult someone who's doing her best." After he left, Jennifer hugged me. "Thank you, Emma. No one has ever stood up for me like that." I realized something that day. These weren't just my coworkers, they were my friends. They had become important to me. By the end of July, I had saved $800. It wasn't much, but it was mine. I had earned every penny with my own hands. For the first time in my life, I understood the real value of money. One evening, Carlos asked me to stay late. "We're short-staffed tomorrow," he said. "Can you work a double shift?" A few months ago, I would have said no immediately. Working 16 hours sounded impossible. But now I nodded. Of course, the team needs help. The next day was the hardest day of my life. 16 hours of washing dishes, cleaning tables, and helping in the kitchen. My feet felt like they were on fire. My back screamed with pain. But I didn't quit. When I finally finished at midnight, Carlos handed me my pay. $96, he said. "You earned every cent." As I walked to my father's car, I felt different. Not just tired, but proud. I had worked harder than I ever thought possible. I had proven to myself that I could do difficult things. "How do you feel?" my father asked as we drove home. "Exhausted," I said, "but also proud. I did something I never thought I could do." He smiled. "That's the feeling I wanted you to discover." On my last day at the restaurant, my coworkers threw me a small party. Maria brought homemade cake. Miguel gave me a Spanish cookbook. Carlos wrote me a letter of recommendation. "You've changed, Emma," Jennifer said. "When you first came here, you looked scared of everything. Now you look strong." She was right. I felt strong. I felt capable. I felt like a different person. When summer ended, I returned to college, but everything looked different now. I saw the expensive cars in the parking lot and thought about Miguel taking 3 buses to work. I saw students throwing away half-eaten meals and thought about Maria's children. I changed my major from art to business. I wanted to learn how to create jobs, not just take them. I started tutoring other students to earn extra money. I learned to budget and save. Most importantly, I started volunteering at a community center, teaching English to immigrant workers. I wanted to help people like my restaurant family. When I graduated, my father offered me a management position at one of his restaurants. "You've earned it," he said. "Thank you, Dad," I said. "But I want to start at the bottom again. I want to work my way up properly." He looked surprised, then smiled. "I'm proud of you, Emma. You've learned the most important lesson. Success means nothing if you haven't earned it." Now, 3 years later, I manage the same small restaurant where I wash dishes. I know every job because I've done every job. My employees respect me because I understand their struggles. I still live comfortably, but I appreciate it differently now. I know the value of hard work. I know the price of success. I know that the best things in life must be earned, not given. That summer changed everything for me. It taught me that real strength comes from facing challenges, not avoiding them. It showed me that the people who work the hardest often have the least, but they also have something precious: dignity, pride, and the knowledge that they earn their place in the world. Sometimes the best gifts are the ones that don't feel like gifts at the time. My father's decision to make me work was the greatest gift he ever gave me. It gave me something money can't buy: respect for myself and others. What an amazing journey Emma had, right? Now it's your turn to practice. Watch this video again. Pause after each sentence. Use the shadowing technique. Repeat each sentence, copying my pronunciation, speed, and emotion. Remember, just like Emma learned the value of hard work, learning English takes practice and effort. But every sentence you repeat makes you stronger and more confident. Here's my question for you. Have you ever had an experience that completely changed your perspective on life? Maybe a job, a trip, or meeting someone special? Share your story in the comments below. I love reading about your experiences. Don't forget to like this video if Emma's story inspired you. Subscribe to our channel for more shadowing stories. Click the bell icon so you never miss our new videos. Thank you for practicing English with me today. Keep working hard, keep growing, and remember, the best things in life are earned, not given. See you in the next story.